Welcome to Hyper Music Academy. My name is Femi Olatujoye and you can call me Emclass. So, this is BandLab Masterclass with Emclass, and this tutorial in this section is totally free for you to get started as a beginner in music production. Before you can use BandLab, make sure you sign up on BandLab at bandlab.com. Alright, so you create an account just like you would create a Facebook account, and then when you create an account, you download BandLab Assistant. So when you download BandLab Assistant, you are going to have this on your desktop. These are the jobs or projects that I have created over time, and all these are not yet published yet, so they are work in progress. Alright, so once you sign up and you're ready to get started, all you have to go here, right top corner, and click create. So when you click on create, and it's going to display the software interface that is ready for you to be used for your music production. Alright, so this is going to be a brief overview of how to use this software to make music in its simplest form. So BandLab is going to display something like this, where you can play instrument, you can use drum machine, you can use sampler, you can record bass guitar, you can record lead guitar, and you can record your vocal through your mic. But we're not going to deal with this for now. So what we want to do is to show you how you can make use of this software regardless of how you want to start or which instruments you want to start with. So in the top left menu here, you see the exit, the file, edit, tools, view, settings, help. Alright, below you see the transport area. This is the transport area. And if you have not signed up, make sure you go to sign up right now and get a free ebook that explains the general overview for any music production software. Alright, so click the link in this section and go subscribe, go sign up and get that free ebook so you can have more in-depth knowledge of what I'm about to teach you now. So this is the transport area. Alright, and in this transport area you have your play, and you have your forward and backward, and this area, this is your record button. When you click on this, you're ready to record. And this is your time area, where you can display time or beats. Alright, and this is the key area, where you can select what key you're going to write your song. Alright, and this is the tempo area, where you can adjust the tempo you want to use for your song. Alright, and so you can drag this and to whatever tempo you want to use for your song. And this is the time signature area, where you can select the time signature for the song you want to make. Alright, and this is your metronome. Once it's green light, it's activated. Once it's white, it's deactivated. And this is your tap for tempo. Alright, so here you can adjust to whatever tempo you want by tapping on this, the rhythm that you want to start working with. Alright, okay, so you can also change the sound of the metronome apart from the default to whatever sound that sound pleasant to you. Alright, and you can adjust the volume of your metronome playing back here as well. And then the last section here is the count in duration. So if you want the metronome to count in, by the time you click record, it's going to give you a count of a bar. That's 4 beats before it starts recording. But if you put it off, immediately you kick recording, it's going to start recording. But you would like to use this because it gives you a head start. Alright, so here is the master volume area, where you can adjust the overall master level of all the sounds in BandLab. Alright, and this topmost area here is your project name, so you can rename this area, and I can rename this area right now as overview. Okay, this tutorial is particularly for if you are using a desktop, all right, or a laptop, just PC in general. Okay, so this area is where you click your save every time you make a new change. Every time you make new changes to your project, you click on save, or you do Ctrl S usual for saving your project. And here is the publish area button. Once you are sure that you're satisfied with the project, you can click publish, or you can exit and go back to your timeline and listen to the sound that you have made. As you can see, it's showing overview as my new project title. And if I want to go back to this same project that I've started with you right now, I'm going to go back to it by clicking on Mix Editor on my timeline. So we'll go back to BandLab. So other area in BandLab that you need to know about, here is the cycle, which also means looping. If you activate this on green, and the highlighted area is going to help you repeat wherever you highlight with this red highlight. All right, so if you start the first bar, before just the first bar, 1 2 3 4, and then you will click play. Once this cycle is on, it's going to repeat just the first bar of your section. All right, the next thing we want to talk about is this area right here, and here you can add a new track. Once you click on this, it's going to display this area. If you want to record voice, you want to play instruments, or you want to do anything, you can select. But for the purpose of this class, which is beginners class, I want to show you how you can use already made loops, stems, and sound in BandLab to start creating your music. So I'm going to create BandLab. I'm going to select BandLab sounds. Now, as you can see in the right side of this browser, displayed is our beats that have been made by some producers that work with BandLab. So if I click on this right now, all right, that's some dope ass hip hop beat right there. And you can just walk around this and look for something that sounds appealing to you, that you can start creating with, and there you go. Okay, so let's talk about other aspects of BandLab. Talking about this interface, as you can see in this lower side of this BandLab sounds, you can activate it actually by just clicking on it down here. All right, here at the top right corner again is your zoom in and zoom out. All right, that's the shortcut for your keyboard. Hold down Control, press right or left. All right, yeah, another thing is you can load a loop on your system. If you already have a loop, or you buy some loops that you would like to use or work with, you can select and add loop from here, and it's going to take you to your folder where you have the loop to add. You can also drag and drop from your desktop to BandLab, and you can start creating. But before you do that, you may have to adjust to the tempo of the music you want to create. So you must have a tempo to get started with. All right, so make sure you have the tempo set and before you start, and then the time signature, make sure you have it correctly set. Basically, we're going to start with everything 4/4, right? Okay, so also you can adjust tempo here whenever you use a beat that the tempo is not really in BandLab. You can always adjust this. We're going to cover this in the future classes. All right, and so that is a basic overview of what you have in BandLab. In the transport area, you have the play, back, yeah, and you have the record head, all right. You have the time display here. You can select beats, the first bar and the first beat, or time, minutes and seconds, all right. And the key of the song you want to start playing in, or start looking for materials that you want to sing on or make beats on, this is F major. And we're going to be cover basic music theory to help you understand what keys you should use depending on your vocal range or your artist, or you just want to have fun, make anything. Just make sure that everything you're selecting from BandLab sounds, they are in the same key as the same you've selected in your project area. All right, so like I said, this is your time signature and this is your metronome, and if I put it on, as you can hear, it's clicking right now, and this is the metronome at 102 beats per minute. All right, so BPM stands for beat per minute. All right, and you can also adjust to your tempo here. And like I said, this is your master volume of whatever sound you're going to be using. So this is a brief overview. Make sure you play around with whatever you're doing with BandLab. Just play around, have some fun. You know, you can undo here, tools, you can put it on cycle, just like the same thing here. View, if you want to when you start creating, if you want to align your project to the nearest grid, this is where you can adjust that. We're going to be talking that in the future class. And settings, if you want to create a Zoom class or something, if you're a teacher. And counting, of course, metronome setting, I've shown you that. Enable multi-track recording if you are recording, and MIDI overdub, yeah, so and so on and so forth. And you can also watch some tutorials on BandLab as well, right? So this is a short overview of what you're going to be navigating around in BandLab. Before I go, lastly, there are some advanced things that I have not really talked about yet, but we just want to have fun and start making music, right? So the first thing you want to do is to just go to BandLab here, and you can play around with packs, you can play around with loops, and you can play around with one shots. All right, this one shot can be a little bit of advanced if you are new to music production, but definitely the loops or the packs is going to help you to get started. And when you select, you can also search for whatever style of music that you would like to get started with. And once you find what you're looking for, you can click, and this pack right now has all of its elements here, and you can click on instrument and select which of the instrument you would like to really start with, or genre if you have a preference of genre you wanted to start with as well. So make sure you click all these buttons and have fun. Then I'll see you in the next class as we get started by learning what is loops, what is one shot, what are packs, how can you make use of them. So first of all, we just want to know what BandLab interface is like. So this is your timeline area, and this is your area you add all your tracks and so on and so forth. And if I click any of these and I should drag into BandLab, it's going to create here for me. Right now it's saying that sample not found, so it may not play. Okay, it's actually playing. Okay, so it's not in the same tempo as set in my project, and what I've just dragged in, you can see the drums, the tempo, and the key is C major. So if I'm starting with that one, I might want to select C major, right? C major, and I can adjust because I have set F major in my tempo before, in my key before. Now I will also have to adjust this to 120, all right, because the beat per minute is in 120. and I'll have to adjust, as you can see here. So make sure you have some fun with BandLab sounds, and we'll look into more in depth of how you can make use of this sound and manipulate them to your own style, and be able to make great sounds and share with the world on your BandLab news field. All right, this is the project I just created with just the drum loop, and I can play back. As you can see, I just played the drum loop right now, and it's just about 16 seconds. All right, and by the time I come back to it, I'm gonna make huge music out of it. All right, so once you are on BandLab, make sure you search for me and follow me on BandLab. All right, so I'll see you in the next class, and let's start making some music. Bye for now.